Hi guys and welcome to Horologique. I am Olivier, and for those who know me, welcome back to the channel. For those who don't, now would be a great time to subscribe. Today I'm going to bring you the most anticipated and hyped watch of 2021, and this is of course the Tissot PRX Powermatic. A little bit of context: the Quartz version was released back in March of this year, and that did really well, so well that Tissot released in June the automatic version, much to the delight of us watch lovers. So it was obviously hyped, some would say overhyped, by YouTubers, by the press. But does it live up to that hype? Today I will bring you just the unboxing. Later on I will be wearing this watch for a while, and after this I'm going to let you know if this watch is as good as was expected by everybody. Let's see the first part of this video, the unboxing. Okay, here's the package. It arrived in a record 1 day from the UK. Let's see this right away. And this comes in your typical Tissot box. In case you're not familiar with this box, it comes on Tissots from your $150 Quartz to your $2,000 automatics. Pretty good, because you can store it on your library. It has pre-10 books in here, and the last two are actually books, or booklets I should say. The first one talks about the history of the watch company, of Tissot itself, so history that dates back to 1853. Like they like to remind us so much on their dials. And the second one shows the collection of these watches. Let's open up this box. And here is the beauty. Here is the PRX, and I'm quite happy because they didn't mess it up. It is the actual blue version, the one that everybody's craving for, with the tags and everything. See the model in here. Yes, the suggested price that they erased because they overcharged what Tissot suggested. Let's unwrap this little beauty. Alright, here it is. I see very nicely done brushing, vertical brushing on the front of the watch. I see very different facets, transitions between brushing and polishing. I see bevels here and there. There's a lot of complexity in this watch actually. That would be my first impression. I was not expecting the watch itself to have as much complexity. I haven't watched many reviews, but it all pretty much does. You've got that Powermatic 80 beating away in there. Alright, let's start with dimensions. And this should be a 40mm, and it actually is 39.9. It should be a little bit over 11mm in height, and it is 11.3, as you can see. Now the tricky part is the lug-to-lug, of course. And we're going to measure from the outer link to the other outer link with these integrated bracelets. It is the actual measure that should tell you how this watch is going to wear. And you've got 51.3. At the highest point, the bracelet measures 26.5, 26.4, as you can see, and it tapers dramatically to 18. Wonderful, very nice taper, which might help with wearability of this watch. We're going to see how it wears on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. Alright, it's not bad on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. As you can see, let's do a roll. Yeah, the bracelet there is pretty nice, a bit slim. Let's see the thickness. Yeah, it's pretty good. That lug-to-lug, however, is quite pronounced, as you can see. I would have liked this to be a little bit smaller. 38 would have been a perfect size, 37, 38. Let's quickly check that dial, and you've got a beautiful sunburst tapisserie dial. It plays really well with the light. It does not look cheap or anything, it looks just beautiful, with a Tissot 1953 on top and just PRX Powermatic 80 and Swiss made at the bottom. You've got a date window at 3 and the indices are applied. The hands have a bit of lume on them, as do the indices, and they are just plain buttons. They are pretty thick. I do not believe they have facets to them, but I will still have to check that with the macro. The crown is not a screw down crown, and it is signed T for Tissot, of course. I am actually wondering about the bracelet because it looks a bit flimsy. I don't know if you can see there. I am sure these are solid links. I hope they are, but they look very, very thin. I was expecting the links to be a little bit thicker. That would be the first thing. Maybe it wears, maybe it helps with comfort. The other thing I notice is that they have quick release, and many people may be wondering why a quick release on a watch that it's an integrated bracelet. This is a very good thing. In other integrated bracelet models, it is really a hassle to work on those bracelets if they break, and they do break, and they do cause trouble. So here you just replace it if you have it, and it's really easy, and you can do it yourself. I can see that Powermatic movement beating in there. There is nothing fancy about it, nothing fancy at all actually. It's just a plain undecorated movement. The decoration is better on the rotor with the Tissot 1853 and the sundials that irradiate from the center. Very good, very aesthetic, that one, and it balances a bit, it contrasts a bit with how plain the movement is undecorated rather. The point that strikes me is about the bracelet, which feels very thin. I wouldn't say teeny, but almost teeny. And you've got, of course, a butterfly clasp. This is a solid closing mechanism. It should hold. It is not, according to me, yeah, it looks pretty solid. It should hold. It is not, according to me, the weakest part of the bracelet. Alright, so was this watch overhyped? Well, kind of. A lot was expected from it. I cannot definitely say. The head of the watch is very good and very well. It actually exceeds my expectations on most aspects, at least at first glance. But then the bracelet is a little flimsy. I'm a little disappointed by this bracelet. I will not know until I wear the watch for a bit, and then I'll come up with the full review. You can expect movement accuracy report, lume video, and of course all my impressions to let you know if this is a watch for you. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and to check these other videos, and I'll be seeing you very soon. Goodbye.